Hey guys, it's William again. So we're going to start doing some more of these during the day and stuff. This one right now, I'm actually just going to be going over how to optimize a GMB listing. How to optimize a GMB listing. That's right. Going to go over how to optimize a Google My Business listing. You know, what you're going to take a Google My Business listing, go through some steps and optimization, and show you what I'm going to look for. So let's just go ahead and jump right in. Let me choose somebody. All right, so let's go over here, sign in. I'm going to sign into my Google, My Business, and we're going to go ahead and start with some of these. All right, so let's go to Angelina. All right. And I'll show you the screen, kind of what I'm going to go through. This is a new client, and we just kind of want to make sure things are being done right. Their information is optimized. Their posts are optimized. Make some changes, details, stuff like that. Share screen, share screen. So on this one right here, we just getting started with this. We're going to go in and I'm looking at, traffic's not been doing too good. We have started posting already for them. So we'll look at the posts. So here's how we're going to be doing our posts. For example, landscape supply company, India Trail. This is where we're trying to rank for. Here's our map CID. Here's our Angelina Materials email address. We're going to have the actual address here. Check out our last post where we're basically doing, if you will, post stacking. Same thing we do with review stacking, and we also do a press release stacking. This is what our post should always look like. If Google doesn't allow you to put your links in here, I understand, don't put them. Google does not like it, obviously, because it works. That's one thing. We've already optimized this. And when we go to do a post, for example, we click over here and it could be any number of things. It could be a product. It could be an event. Some good things to post are an offer or just, offer and then products. Those are some good things. All right. So those are some different types of things that we're going to do when it comes to post. But we add updates. Updates are these GMB posts here. Add an image, write your post, and we're going to show you how to, quote unquote, how we write our posts are with Jarvis. Really, it's not that complicated. Like, say, for example, if this was going to be landscaping company, and we're going to take this part right here, and I just want to go into Jarvis and write, if you will, a blog or a Google post. So we're in Jarvis, and we literally go Google My Business, right? Right, here's Google My Business, why Jarvis is so wonderful, or conversion.io. Google My Business, what's new post? You got an event post, product description, offer post. So if we go to this post right here, we can literally tell us a little bit about your business update. Landscaping supply company and India Trail. You could do any number of things. What's the name of the picture or the product? It's, company product name. I'm going to pull it from here, and it's Angelina's. Go over here, right? Tone of voice, professional, and we're just going to generate content. And then it's going to generate this content for us. We're going to see what it looks like if I want to go further with it or whatever. So business announcement. Pretty decent here. You could take this right here and, in my mind, use that in a post instead of having to spend so much freaking time making your post. You just come over here, do a what's new post, choose your image, obviously, write your post. And always make sure your keyword and everything is in the very front, like I've already shown you guys. You always want to do learn more and link it to, you can link it to multiple things. You can link it to a previous post. You can deep link it to whatever this page or this post is about. Let's say if this post is going to be about specifically mulch, I would link this to the mulch page, right? Then I also sometimes will hit call now. So whenever, like I did a live earlier, when they click call now, it'll actually pop up in a call now button, which then pushes them to your Google Knowledge Panel or GMB Knowledge Panel. So that's one step. So we got, this is our SOP for our GMB Post. GMB Post, we always want to have, step one is an image about whatever product or service we're trying to push. Step two is you want your keyword up front with location, with your geolocation. Then I want some optimized with LSI keywords, etc. in here. Then I want CID in here. Then I want my NAP in here, name, address, phone number. Then I want you to check out our last post. And then this hyperlinks to what we're trying to push in this image, which is stone. And this is deep link to the products or stone. Okay. Another trick I will do a lot of times, I'll take this share post, I'll take this actual post right here, and I will actually send backlinks to it as well. Now let's go into info, see what we need to do here, because their mulch supplier is number one. Stone supplier, topsoil, sand and gravel. You know, those all seem pretty nice. It's okay, because that's what they, exactly what they do. They service many some areas here. I don't want to go crazy with this. So they're obviously, they're in Indian Trail, North Carolina, but they also serve these other areas. So we're going to leave that. We don't want, for example, when we come into categories, we don't want it to be like 20 or 30 categories. We want it just to be 4 or 5. I always leave it at about 4 or 5. And then we have down here, we have their, if you will, their short name. A short name just makes it easier for people to follow you whenever they're searching you. Then we have an appointment link, which is going to be, in this case, the contact us page. Now we're going to be able to edit and add products. So how do we add products? We can go to their website and go, all right, what's the name of the website? Yes, Andalina Materials. We could go. It should reflect what the website is showing, okay? It should never be, if you will, something different from the website. It should mirror your website. So in this case, we're wanting to do a product. So we go get started, and we may go, say, for instance, let's go to mulch. And this is the mulch picture, right? This is a mulch image. We would take this mulch image and add it in here along with a product name, everything. So you're going to mulch, you know. You can create a new category if you want, product category, you know, mulch. And then what's the price? You could put in the price, you could put a description. And then this is my description. I mean, I could literally go into and use Jarvis to write all this again, right? You could put 1,000 keywords in your product description. That's why I tell people all the time, you need to use as much as this as possible. You need to use as much content as possible. You know, Google's given you room to just load this thing up with tons of content. So we've used 971 words out of 1,000. Do we want a button? Yeah, we want to learn more button, and we want it to go to our mulch page, right? And then we're going to also go get some mulch images, and we're going to, you know, quote unquote, name the actual image that, but the geodata and stuff is scraped out by, if you will, Facebook. I'm not Facebook, but it's scraped out by Google. So it's not really quote unquote going to help you per se. So I don't really geotag images in that sense. Now we will geotag them on the actual website, but geotagging is an old tactic. Don't really pay off dividends when you're doing it on Google. There are other sites that will pay dividends off on, and that's where we're going to want to do it. So, but let's go ahead and do the mulch image real quick and get that set up. All right. Mulch. All right. So it's loaded in here now, right? Save it. So now I just created a product, but what we're going to want to do, for the brevity of this video, we're only going to do one to show y'all, but we'll literally go through do mulch, stone, gravel and sand, soil, right? We'll do each one of these same way. So now when someone clicks on this image and they're looking at the product and they want to see it on Google, right? You can't see it yet because it's still, it's not indexed or whatever. It's still in the cache. But what'll happen is you'll see this product listed under your Google Knowledge panel or your GMB listing. So we're also going to go under services, and we want to go through here and add different services. Like this says this, but we're going to go through and you'll edit services sometimes. If let's say you do lawn care, et cetera, et cetera. But right now we have the services already in here. But let's say you wanted to add another service. You can add in custom services. We've already put it in here, but for instance, we have mulch supplier, there, stone and gravel. So we have mulch, stone, and gravel already in there. The other thing we want to do is go to info, and we're going to want to take, and we've already went through this. We went through this. We went through this and optimized it. So now you see all the services in here. Now we want to edit this because what most people don't realize, you got 750 words of content you can put inside of this, right? So what we want to do, we're going to go back to the About Us page and we're going to mirror what's in here as much as possible, right? So we're going to copy as much as possible. We could also go in here into Jarvis and literally have Jarvis write the content for us. But in this case, we're not. With 15 years, see, doesn't even. So now I actually have it up to 750, or in this case, we have 712 out of 750 words. And I have the main keyword up here. And we have the location is Indian Trail, North Carolina. And then we have this information. Now when I hit apply, you're going to see all this information now when it's actually approved and goes into the listing. We were to view it on Google. So then the next thing we're going to want to do, and I love Local Viking for this, is inside of Local Viking, we can actually upload images, etc. So let me go through this real quick and I'll show you all this. So let's go into Local Viking. Just another aspect of something we could do because we're going to be hitting on quite a bit of this. But for instance, we could come up with Q&As, question and answers, and we'll also use Local Viking for this. So let's go through this real quick. So in Local Viking, we can go into Local Viking. We can look at everything in here. We can add media in here. We can add photos in here from the actual location. So we want to be adding optimized photos in here. I would say about 10 or so a month. If they're actually from the location, it's actually better. And you just literally click add photo. What category do you want to put it in? At work. And then select the images, upload the images. So like in this case, let's go upload or browse the files and we choose mulch. I can literally put in here title, description, user comments. You could put in latitude, longitude, description, keywords, subject, all this data in here as well. And then it will upload it and you submit it and it goes on to Google. All right. So you're wanting to put more and more images and get your GMB filled out as much as possible, just like your website, right? And then we have our posts in here in Google My Business, and I can literally look at all my posts. I know exactly if they're being done the way they should be done. Were they rejected? Did they fail? How many are live, etc.? What are my keywords? If I want to track any in here, my reviews, I can go in here and we can reply to these reviews, which is really awesome. Now, Jarvis, for instance, we could use Jarvis, if you will, to reply to reviews. Sometimes it's really difficult for us. We're like, well, how can I reply to a review? That sort of thing. So we could use Jarvis to come up with a response or whatever. So in this case, let's say, for instance, this is review and we've replied to all these, but if we hadn't, let's say we could go, thank you, blah, 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 blah. We'll be delivering the products on time. Let's say I took that and I wanted to go into Jarvis and actually create content. I can go in here and just hit new. Let's go long form assistant. I'm giving them an idea of what I want to write. Let's hit continue, continue. Right, I'm just showing you different things and different possibilities you could use with this. Like, let's just say, use that one, right? And I want to generate an intro paragraph, which I'm in turn going to use this as a review response is all I'm going to do. Like this right here. Matt, thank you so much for your review. We're glad to hear that Anna Lehman Shares have been doing a great job delivering the products on time. Our team is grateful for your business. We hope to do more work with you in future. All right. Any one of these, you could wind up just literally copying. And when you go to respond to a review that hasn't been responded to, you could then do it there. Another thing we can do, we go over here, go to reviews. Haven't replied. So the ones we haven't replied to are older ones. But just for example, you know, if you needed to reply to a review, you could use Jarvis to do so. You always want to use your location and your main keywords in your responses on your reviews. A lot of people don't do that. You would just, for example, there you are. I mean, you got this nice, beautiful, long response instead of just a generic response. Okay, and so we want to do all that. And now whenever we went through this, we went through our posts, we've got our information set up correctly, we got our reviews done. We want to check messaging, make sure our messaging is turned on, right? Messaging is a way in which you can actually get messages from clients. So if they're asking how much is it per this, right? And you see we're answering, this person asked how much is this of mulch, and we said this is how much we sell it for. Automatic responses. Your photos are in here as well. As you can see, we add photos all the time. Products are in here, your services, etc. You just want to fill out as much of this as possible so it's completely optimized. That's that, and I hope you enjoyed this. If you want more of this, just let me know. I'm going to be doing these probably once a week or so, just going over showing everybody how to optimize their GMB so we can get ranking, get those green, you know, the red grins from red to green. And I'll be featuring some tools on here, specifically local Viking, conversion.ai, and a bunch of other tools that I use like GMB Crush, etc., to show you, you know, how to reverse engineer your competition, etc. As always, it's great, guys, and I look forward to seeing you on the other side. Have a good one.